a video of me being lazy and making soup. So I tend to make a lot of soups. I think it's one of those things that I put it in a glass jar, and then I'll leave it in the fridge. And then when I'm hungry, when I've come in from somewhere and I need something quick to eat, I just can put the glass jar in. I haven't got one. I have. Here. Yeah, so like a tin of soup's too small for me, but like that, it's about 600 millilitres, which is about the right amount of soup proportion. So I normally make soup and I put it in those, and then I've got it in the fridge when I want it. Now, when I make soup, I just put vegetables in a pan, add water, add stock, boil up, puree down, add milk, add chicken stock cubes or chicken stock cubes, and then season with salt and pepper. The way I was taught at college was to chop your vegetables, peel your vegetables, chop your vegetables, sweat your vegetables off in fat in a pan, and then add your stock and all other ingredients that way. And the sweating of the vegetables in the pan was to add flavour. But you can go on and on and on and on and on with cooking. And you don't always need to make the best soup. Sometimes you just need to make some soup. But I was thinking, I wondered actually if I could tell the difference between making some soup that I sweated some vegetables and some that I didn't. I'm not going to make 2 batches. I'm just going to make one because I've made too much washing up already today and I can't really be bothered making any more. So I'm just going to sweat off these vegetables that I've got left over from another project. So like some... and I'm not going to chop them, I'm going to grate them, which you could argue that grating destroys the fruit rather than using a sharp knife. It'll bruise it and all that kind of stuff. Like you should use scissors on chives or a really sharp knife, but you don't like. But grating things is kind of like smashing your way through things, isn't it? Rather than chopping. And the greatest chefs in the world would argue that you are changing the flavour of the vegetable by grating rather than chopping. Sometimes you actually want to do that. But I'm just going to grate because we all get a little bit older, and I think to myself, do I really want to be chopping vegetables when I'm cooking for myself at home as I get a little bit older? I won't be as good. My knife skills won't be just kind of quite as good, but I still will want nice food. So I kind of think grating is probably the way to go, probably better than using the food processor, which would smash things to bits. So I waffled on too much. There was a little bit of lard in the pan because we like lard. Butter would be fine. We're just going to sweat it off, the vegetables off, and it will. Yeah, so one of the chefs that I've worked for is on TV now and again, and I think he misheard. He's French, and I think he misheard sweating and confused it with sweetening vegetables. So he said that you were sweetening vegetables when you were frying them off in the pan. And he said it was such a lovely, maybe that's what saute means, but he said sweetening. And I'm sure he meant instead of saying sweating the vegetables. And sweetening sounds much nicer than sweating. Well, let's be honest. But essentially, that's what you're doing. You are bringing out the sugars in the vegetables by frying them. But those sugars are there anyway, even if once you cook them. And just because you're frying them doesn't mean that those sweeter flavours won't come out with a simple simmering. Anyway, I'm waffling too much. I'm in the kitchen anyway, so I'm going to carry on grating these vegetables. And I've got some onions, and we're going to soften them through lard and adding a little bit of salt. I think we'll add a little bit of salt now. Salt will draw out moisture and stuff, and then we'll make some soup, just a simple soup, and we'll see if it makes a difference. And is that difference noticeable? And is it worth doing? That's always the kind of question. It's much easier just to peel some onions, quarter them, stick them in a pan with some carrots that have been topped and tailed and left whole, and just simply boiled up. It takes a little bit longer to cook that way, but certainly a lot easier than standing here and grating. I don't mind grating these vegetables at the moment because I'm in the kitchen doing other things, but we'll find out. These have been sweetening for quite a while now. They have been busy in the kitchen. Far too busy for a Saturday night. They certainly taste sweeter, nicer than a raw carrot. So let's boil the kettle. We'll top up with water. We'll bring up to the boil, and then we'll season with salt, pepper, stock cube, and we will puree using the hand blender, and we'll push it through a sieve, and then we'll kind of see what we think. The finer you puree a soup, how do I say this? How do I say this without sounding like an idiot? The finer, so the not thinner the soup. Do you know, I hadn't even had a drink. Yeah, so the smooth, that's it. The smoother the soup, I think the nicer it tastes. So by pureeing it down and then pushing it through a sieve, we'll get a finer soup and it will taste nicer, in my opinion. And certainly the vegetables need to be thoroughly cooked. This idea of vegetables being just cooked, I think they kind of want to be really soft when you turn them into a soup. And by that time, lots of nice sugars will have come out of them. So, puree this down, season it with stock cube and some salt and pepper, push it through a sieve, and then add some milk, and then we'll kind of see what we think of it. We have seasoned, we have pureed, we have passed through a sieve. We just need to now taste it and see what we think, and if it's worth doing. It will have changed the flavour, either slightly or a lot. We'll see. It's definitely different. It's definitely different tasting from my normal soup, and you can tell there is a more of a sweeter roast kind of flavour, which I suppose is that caramelisation of sugars, isn't it, really? That when we're cooking them in the pan, we are concentrating them and starting to caramelise them. So there is that kind of flavour there. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I think if I was to make at certain times of year, yes. We're in the middle of summer at the moment. Well, I forget when the middle of summer is. We're probably not. We're at the start of summer at the moment. Do I want something sweet and caramelised and warming in a soup at this time of the year? No, not as much. I'd want something that was a little bit cleaner tasting. Rich still, yes, of course, but a little bit cleaner tasting. Certainly more of a winter soup. So if you are going to sweeten your vegetables, it's more of a winter thing for me, if I'm honest. Is it worth it? I can tell the difference. If you do a side-by-side comparison, you'd be able to tell the difference. Is it worth the extra work when you could just plonk some whole carrots and some quartered peeled onions into a pot and boil them up, and then use the hand blender to do all the work, which you had to do with that anyway? No. In my opinion, no, because we're not in fancy restaurants and we haven't got paying customers, and you're not that discerning about the amount of work compared to the amount of flavour. So, but still interesting from my point of view. And so it ties in with the catering ethos. Catering ethos, that it's not one thing that you do to a dish that makes it taste amazing. It's 10 little things. It's the quality of the vegetables that you use. It's the how you chop them and use sharp knives. It's sweating them in a pan with a fat, either something delicious like butter or a nice homemade lard. That's going to make a difference. The cream, putting cream in instead of milk, the quality of the stock that you use. If you're going to use a homemade chicken stock, if that chicken stock's going to be a white chicken stock or it's going to be a brown chicken stock, meaning it's been from roasted bones as opposed to just fresh bones. And then if you're going to use a fresh stock opposed to a stock cube or a stock paste, and then the quality of that stock paste. So all those type of things contribute towards the quality of the dish at the end, rather than just doing one thing. You can't just, and then seasoning correctly as well, adding the right amount of salt and pepper. Maybe it needs a little bit of acidity in it as well, in the form of some vinegar or some lemon juice or something like that. All those little things make tiny differences, which then improve from making a soup, a bog standard soup, to something rather kind of quite special. So it's interesting, therefore success.